Yeah, he needs a name, doesn't he? This is the Bay Dog. That's his name.
Bay Dog.
Bay Dog.
We got Bay Dog in the house. We got Judah Whitcower with a microphone and a camera, too. He's got some questions for you, Patty.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, some questions that are going to pertain to Liza.
Oh, really?
He was excited to write and join in on the program. So give the show a like and a share. We're going to have a good time today on What's Barking Local. Judah Whitcower. We can rock and roll when you're ready.
Quiet on the set.
Good Wednesday afternoon, guys. I'm Jerry Miller, and welcome to What's Barking Local on the I Love CVille Network. I love this show. If you can't tell by the positive energy that's in this studio right now, What's Barking Local, presented by none other than Patty Zeller.
Oh, my Lord.
And Animal Connection in X Park. If there's a source for anything animal related, it starts with the initials PZ and AC. Patty Zeller and Animal Connection, nearly 21 years
I don't know if
proudly
I can this.
and successfully serving this community. Judah Whitcower, get that 2-shot on screen and have a 3-shot ready to go. And let's welcome Patty Zeller to the program. Que pasa, amiga?
I don't know if I can live up to that introduction.
I know you can.
Wow.
The retailista, the best one in the
What
area.
in that cup over there?
Iced coffee. This is what happens when you get your allergies in check and under control. You're clear-headed and you're ready to go.
You are loaded for bear.
I'm rocking and rolling. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. It is the first day of Yacht Club today.
Woo!
Woohoo! That's why I'm a little nautical today. I know, exactly. Definitely. Got my little paddle earrings on.
Tell everybody what Yacht Club is.
So it's this casual group of people that like to meet at the Ravenna Reservoir boat ramp every Wednesday during late spring and summer at 5:30. We paddle a little bit, and everyone brings a snack to share and something to drink. And so we paddle, and then we all kind of raft up and talk about world and life and just, anything we want to talk about, and just make some great friendships. It's fun.
Bay Dog is on your head.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about dogs and kayaks and canoes today.
A lot of people don't realize this, and a lot of folks want to take their dog on a canoe, on a kayak, on a water vessel, but you got to do it safely.
You've got to absolutely do it safely, and we're going to talk about several things today, like how to even teach your dog, because I don't know about you, but a dog jumping around in a kayak, that's kind of like a recipe for an overturned vessel, and especially in big water. So we're going to talk about some nice to knows and needs to knows about dogs and kayaks.
We're going to highlight, who is this? This is the Bay Dog?
Well, he can be. He is sporting a Bay Dog. This is a really, really nice vest, and we're going to talk about these vests and how to choose one and why your dog even needs one at all.
And we got to highlight a Gotcha Day party, adoption event extraordinaire with the Animal Connection and the Charlottesville Albemarle SPCA.
A big Gotcha Day birthday type party just for any rescue dog that you have no idea when their birthday party is. We're going to highlight some of that and give you all the details.
How are our friends and family doing at Animal Connection?
Oh man, we are rocking. It's great spring, lots of new products coming in stock. Grooming's happening, self-serve is getting a big workout, so life is good.
X Park, guys, X Park. All right, let's get to safety, Patty.
Okay, let's talk about how we're going to do this thing. So you have a dog and you want to take him in your kayak and canoe, either in a lake or the reservoir or the James River, just wherever you like to paddle. And we want to talk about some things you really need to consider first. First of all, does your dog even like water? Judah was telling me that Liza's not real big on water. She likes to paddle, walk around the edges of it, but to get in, above her knees, she's not really digging it. So you really need to start taking your dog out to areas where there's slow-moving water or really shallow water so you can get them in, get them used to it. Maybe you can go in with your dog on a leash so that you can encourage them to come out to the water and feel what it's like. Because once they lose their footing and they start swimming, they could react a little bit differently than you think. You want to introduce a dog to a kayak or canoe, whatever you're going to float, on land. I know that sounds crazy, but I have to sit in different kayaks just to see what they feel like before we purchase one. So you want to sit in the kayak on land, and you want your dog to sit in it with you. So he feels what it feels like either in a confined space or if you have a sit on top kayak or canoe, to be able to sit in this more confined space and listen to you. When you do finally get ready to launch in the kayak, you definitely want to look for a place with shallow water. Like, what's that? What was it? Walnut Park?
Walnut Creek Park.
Yeah, they've got
Great mountain biking.
Right, they've got a really nice bank area right at the front of the park, and it's maybe knee deep. This is a great place if you're taking a beginning kayaker person or a dog. I mean, it's a small place. This is a great place to get a dog used to a floating kayak or canoe. So they really need to be good at their training. I mean, your sit, stay, come should be on command, and it's going to have to be solid because they need to listen to you. If they're stressful distractions and they're looking around and everything and they're not zoned into you, they're not really ready. And this sounds kind of crazy to have all these different commands ready, but think about it. If you've got a dog jumping in and out of a kayak when you're going down a fast-moving river, this is a real difference between a really nice afternoon and a day that you're not only chasing your dog down the river, you're chasing your kayak and maybe your paddle also down the river.
That's not good.
Or across the lake. No bueno. That is definitely not good. So some things you really ought to know, and this is for yourself too, you really need to know your water. I mean, how fast does the water move? I mean, I strongly suggest lakes first. Like we just said, Walnut Creek Park. There's an end down at Beaver Creek, not the boat ramp side, but the other side where it's very shallow. There's a little stairway right there. That is another great place to do this. Easy sections of the James. Don't take your dog on a kayak down from the Riverview to Milton. I mean, there's some really crunchy, bony rapids down there, and you're going to have enough to handle with big water without wondering if your dog's going to stay in
Oh,
there.
I live near Milton. Tell us about the water over there.
It's a little dodgy. I mean, and the takeout there is, you have to be ready. When you come to the takeout area, you better be ready to get over there, or number one, you're going to miss it.
What's the takeout area? By the Clifton in Stone Robinson?
A little past there.
Okay.
Right there. But, the water's moving pretty fast, and you've just come through some little rapidy spots to get there. So even a person has to be prepared to get out really quickly, or you're going to miss the takeout. So, you don't want to do that. There's some parts of the Rivanna that you may not want to do. And then there's some really easy parts. So, like I said, you really need to know your water and know the James would be a great place. I mean, get to the boat landing out in Scottsville and just go out a little bit because you can paddle upriver a little and still get back. It's not moving really fast right there. When you are finally ready to launch a kayak with your dog or a canoe, I'm going to use kayak because that's what I paddle most, and my husband Conrad likes canoes better. So sometimes they might not like that floaty kind of a feeling. I notice this with dogs on our ramp at the dog wash. I always tell people to make sure your foot's behind so it's really stable. But you can even when you're sitting on land in the kayak, you can even rock it a little bit so they can feel what this feels like. I mean, it's a really different feeling for a dog.
Is that a good way to get them acclimated to being in a kayak?
That's good. I mean, you do this on land. Mm-hmm. Do this on land, and you can even have someone maybe rock the kayak side to side for a little bit so they they're going to go, whoa, I'm not sure I like this, and it's their inclination to want to jump out.
Right.
So when you finally get ready to launch, you're going to get in the kayak first and then get your dog in and ask them to lie down. You don't want to put your dog in the kayak and then try to get in because, like I said earlier, they could be floating away and there you are with your dog going who knows where. So you get in the kayak, get your dog to sit or lie down, use your paddle to push off. You can even take your dog. Some people have said you could really take your dog for a swim first and just tire them out so they really want to sit down. That's a really good idea. Let them play fetch with the ball for a bit and then get in the kayak. You want to float close to shore just in case. And just float. You're not going to paddle great lengths. Just float. Let them enjoy it. Let them feel what a peaceful thing the water can be. Definitely don't go near any fishermen.
Are there some,
Yeah.
Judah, and I know you got something you got to say here, and I apologize for
Go ahead.
jumping in here, Judah. Are there some breeds better suited than others? I mean, are there some breeds you just don't want to do this with?
I've seen everything from West Highland Terriers to Beagles to
Like, could a
Golden
Chihuahua do
Retrievers.
this?
What?
Could a Chihuahua do this?
Any dog could do it. Any dog could do it. I mean, some of them really are just loaded for bear, and they're just so wound up that it would be really hard for them to do it. But I mean, you can teach them how to do it. Like as you
Yeah.
said earlier, it's the training that's key. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to get their attention on you.
I would think that training them not to like get scared and jump out, because then you might end up rocking the boat and everybody falls out.
That's exactly right. I have seen that happen. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
I have seen that happen down the Rockfish, and it wasn't pretty.
Well, how about like
Yeah.
a 5-pound dog when there's some like rapids?
Well, that's what I saw. I mean, first of all, the person paddling just got alongside of a rock. Now she's got a capsized canoe. Dog's floating down one way, and it's an old dog too with heart conditions. He's floating down
Oh,
the
man.
river. Coolers are floating, paddles are floating, the canoe's floating. I mean, it's just all happening all at once, and the water's moving fast. So
Did Captain Conrad save the day?
10 other people. I mean, everybody jumped in to help.
Is there a good way to latch like your dog and say like a cooler and stuff to the
Great question.
to the canoe, like kind of like you would do with when you're like rock climbing?
You would
have,
never
like-
do that.
How come?
Well, let's say your boat capsizes.
Oh, it's an anchor.
It's not only an anchor, the dog can get stuck underneath it. The leash can get stuck on a branch and
Yeah.
hold them underneath there. I mean, lose the cooler, don't lose the dog.
That's a great tip right there.
You do need to have a leash with you though, so when you do get out, you've got some kind of control and your dog doesn't run off or walk off. You do need one for there, but man, don't ever tie one in a floating vessel.
How
Yeah.
common are dogs on canoes or floating vessels around here?
I've seen quite a few. I mean, we have one person that brings her dog to yacht club, and the dog's just great. Actually, there's 2 people that do, and their dogs sit there. They have what there's sit-in kayaks, and then there's sit-on-top kayaks. I've seen both done. If you're in a sit-in kayak, you want a really big cockpit, like like a Pungo or a Tsunami or something like that has a really big cockpit. So you want some space for the dog to be. A sit on top is great because the dog has room to sit. And if you go over or the dog goes over, it's really easy to get them back up there. Canoes, if they have a really wide beam, those are great. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. Definitely not a little squirty whitewater boat. So,
Judy, you taking Liza out there?
I've taken Liza to the
How about your old dog, Asher?
Riverside. Asher loved the water. He definitely had the lab water bug in him.
oh,
Liza not so much. She's got the webbed toes, but I think she was brought up in someone's, tied up in someone's backyard, and so never learned to love the water like.
How about your Chessie?
loved it. I mean,
Oh,
he
I'm
was,
sure.
well, first of all, he had very good manners. I mean, we worked on that, but my Chesapeake went boating with me, horseback riding with me, alongside on the trails. I mean, if I was doing it, he was
I was
game.
going to say, how do you get a dog on the back of a horse?
No, he was trotting right along with us. So, yeah, he's a good guy. He was game for anything.
Is the area, you've highlighted a few, Walnut Creek Park is definitely one. Is the area well suited for dogs on vessels, water vessels?
Which park?
Is Central Virginia suited well for this? And then the second part of the question, should you be even more mindful after heavy rain when the water's moving quicker?
Yeah. Well, you need, like I said, you need to know your water. I mean, you're going to go look for gentle water first. If you're not sure, some of these lakes around here are really good. Definitely after rain. It's not always the day that it rains when the water's really up. It can be the day after because you're getting the runoff from the mountains, and that's when you're going to have a roller coaster ride. So I personally wouldn't do it. I do know some people that do it, but I wouldn't do it. Sometimes I'm even worried myself about getting in a boat then.
Is it too much to ask for the dog not to be in the vessel itself to be life jacketed and then swimming alongside the vessel, or is that a recipe for exhaustion?
Well, they can get really tired.
Okay.
I mean, there are going to be times where if he jumps out, and we're going to talk about how you can do that safely. I mean, at some time they're going to want to jump out. Maybe there's something on the shore. I mean, like I said, you better make sure your dog's recall is good. If your dog's out on the shore and all of a sudden he sees a deer or a groundhog, make sure he can come back to you. I mean, that's when you need your leash, just to let him explore a little bit, but not run away. I mean, that would be horrible to be out in the wilderness and your dog run away and then you don't know what to do. I mean, you've got a GPS with you, hopefully, but that would be a really bad thing. But you know, like I said, if I'm going to talk about PFDs because I recommend them for people and animals. In
Personal
boats.
flotation devices.
Absolutely. And this one has, I'm going to show you this. This one has a handle.
Yeah, those are crucial.
I mean, I can reach down in the water and pick up this dog. You know, that's really nice. Or if I wanted to let him go to shore, it's got a little D-ring, so I could put a long leash on him and let him go explore around on the shore. But you know, if he jumps out, you know, let him. Don't capsize your boat and lose your boat and your paddle and everything else too. Just get to shore and get your dog, you know, as quick as you can. Like I said, don't ever tie him to that. That just the thought of that is just really scary to me.
That's drowning waiting to happen.
It can be. Some other things you might not think about too. You want to trim their nails.
Ooh.
I mean, I recommend you keep their dog's nails very short anyway. You know, if nothing else, but for alignment in their body. But keeping the nails short is going to give them some traction on top of the boat. It also prevents scratching. Some people I know even will take a section of carpet and put it down where the dog's going to sit. So now he's got an area where he's not going to slip. Pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Liza.
And I know when a dog gets scared, if they got scared by something, then you don't want them jumping on you and scratching you all up.
Oh my God, no.
I think we see that in the studio here with the distinguished gentleman from time to time, and Liza.
Except without the fear.
Yeah,
She can be a little wound up. Gosh, and you know, and let's talk about these things because I'm wearing the hat because this is one of my very favorite PFDs, personal flotation devices, on the market, and I have looked at plenty of them. The reason I like this is if your dog goes down in the water, you need to keep their chin up. And some of these recreational ones or really cheap ones that you get for swimming pools, they're not going to do that. So now if your dog gets tired and he sinks, what good is that going to do? So this one is designed with a lot of padding right here, so it will hold their head up. This is super important for dogs like French Bulldogs, Pugs, Boston Terriers, because of the way their nose is. You know, the brachial part of it. They are prone to inhaling water like that, but even a lab that's a really good swimmer, they can get hypothermia, they can get tired. I have even seen my own dog at one time decide he's going to chase a stick way out in the bay. Not the stick that was close to me, but way out in the bay, and he was older, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to get tired, what am I going to do now? And he really should have had a vest on. He really should have.
What's the price on the vest?
This one, let's see. This one is $53.99.
Oh, best $53 ever.
Right. This is $53, and I like it because it's got really nice closures here. It's going to fit really snug, and it's got plenty of closures, so this is not going to come undone in the woods or in the water or anything like that. I like the handle. I like the buoyancy on the sides here. It's got UV coating, so it's got some sun protection. It's got reflective strips on it.
Visibility.
So, right. If you're lost at night, people can find you. What else has it got?
Do you suggest any kind of padding or a shirt underneath, or is that right on top of the coat?
That's right on top of the dog.
Okay.
I mean, now some dogs are going to need a little bit of like maybe sun protection, and we are starting to stock sunscreen for dogs. You know, for their noses. You know, or a light colored dog. You know, we have some T-shirts that are going to come that are going to completely cover them because some of these white colored dogs, or let's say you
short hair.
Yeah, let's say you have a doodle that got matted. And he's really short-haired dogs, you're going to want to protect them from the sun. They've lost all their protective coating. But Yeah, what else has this thing got? I mean, there's a lot of good features of this. That's why I really, really like these. And you should have one too. I have one, a flotation device. I mean, here's some statistics. 'Cause
Please.
we like numbers.
We do.
But they say 80% of boating fatalities are from drowning. 83% of those people didn't have life jackets. So wear a life jacket, people. Even if you're experienced swimmer, motorboat, kayak, canoe, you've got undertowed out there, current, waves, rapids. You might be panicking. I mean, you can't find land because now, you're panicking. You don't know where the land is.
How about ocean versus freshwater?
What's
Salt water versus freshwater. Any different mindset?
No, always. Just any kind of water. Now, I will say that these things, so one thing that Baydog says, and I'm going to read this, it's a device, is a swimming aid designed for use on a conscious dog in calm water. Don't leave your dog unattended while swimming. So don't just throw your dog outside with this and let him play in the swimming pool. It's not designed for that. Right. There's a lot, make sure it's really, really snug. Judah's got a graphic that I'm going to show you about how you can fit your dog. So if you want to come by Animal Connection and try one on, we'll help you get it fitted. But if you're looking at this at home and want to measure your dog and then come buy something, we'll be able to get the right size for you.
I was just going to ask you how do you get that on? I know.
It's so easy. I mean, it's going to unsnap up here on the side. It's got Velcro and snaps, and then it's got these snaps on the right side and the left side. You don't have to go under your dog. It's really easy. It's really easy.
$53 Animal Connection. Buy one this week. $53 Animal Connection.
Call BR549. That's what it sounds
The more you buy, the more you save.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
And wait, there's more.
Sunday.
That's right.
I really like the contributions you've been making. That was funny.
I'm telling you what. Let me give you some other tips on these things. Make sure you have your ID on a vest like this.
What's that mean?
An identification tag.
Okay, gotcha.
But you have. Personally, I'm going to take a Sharpie marker and write my dog's name or my name and a phone number. I mean, I have that on my kayak vest.
That's what if they do jump out of the kayak and swim to the shore and chase after a deer and somebody finds them.
Yeah, write their name or your name and your phone number in a Sharpie marker on these vests. I mean, I have one on the back of my kayak. I mean, I have dog tags that I wear too. Like, if found, here's my emergency information. You want to be prepared for the unthinkable. And you hate to talk about it, but you want to be prepared. So in your boat, you're going to have, your dog's going to be wearing the life vest. You're going to have the ID on, an extra leash for on shore, either a 6-foot leash or even a 20-foot leash, whatever you like. Water, treats in case you need to recall. First aid kit. Might be snakes, might be cut glass, you never know what you're going to find. So have a little first aid kit, sunscreen, and take poop bags. Remember your environment. Don't litter.
Don't forget the poop bag, Shudo, when you go.
I've got some in my back pocket.
There we go.
Always.
That's
you're
my
a dog person.
But Baydog is the brand you suggest.
I do. And like I said, I've looked at a lot of them, and a lot of them are strictly for...
well, you're the source of the source.
Yeah.
We count on you.
Yeah. I know these guys. I mean, these guys are located in Stevensville, Maryland, so they are water people, and they're just great guys, and they have thought long and hard about these. Their harnesses, just for walking, are some of the best ones I've ever seen, and they also have a traffic handle on them. They are super sturdy. If you have one that's a puller, man, these Baydog products are for you. And for a senior dog, like to help them up, you can grab the handle and give them a little extra assistance. I mean, these guys really think about their products really, really well. And I just like that, we're using an American design product, right out of Maryland, right on Chesapeake Bay. I mean, they know their water sports. And these pictures that we're showing today of the dogs wearing them, Barton really has been nice about sharing the pictures and stuff with us and sending us swag.
I love it.
Hats.
It looks good. It's a great looking brand.
Mm-hmm, it is. I love the product. I like the brand, and I like the owners.
I love it. Anything you want to add before we go to Adoption Day?
Yeah. Do you have questions, Judah? Does anybody have
Any
questions?
more questions? Let's see.
And we do have them to fit like from Chihuahua size all the way to
That's good.
very big Labradoodle size.
Have you ever found a dog that didn't want to put the vest on? Or, like, you ever have trouble with a dog just being like, what are you trying to put on me?
No, I mean, we fit them in the store. I mean, they may not like it at first. It's probably a great idea when you're at home and now you're trying your kayak out on the ground or your canoe on the ground to let the dog wear the vest so he's used to it.
Yeah.
Because you certainly don't want them wiggling around trying to figure out if they can get out of it on your boat. So,
Right.
practice all these things at home, not on the day that you're going to go try it out. So, but they fit really, really snug and they're not going to wiggle all over their body. So they're sturdy. I mean, I think a dog would like it, and especially a dog that is maybe a little bit nervous about something like this.
I was just
because
gonna
if you think about the thunder shirt concept,
compression is what you'd use
Right.
for like thunder and
yeah. I mean, this is kind of like a big hug. So if you fit it snugly, it's going to put pressure on the acupressure points that would govern stress. So it's really going to be helpful.
Does the dog vest have pockets for carrying things?
No, you really wouldn't want to weight it down. I mean,
makes
my
sense.
vest has got all kinds of pockets. It's got pockets for my whistle. It's got pockets for my ID, my chapstick, and potentially a beer.
Nice.
I have a
That's
beer
the
pocket.
Patty I know.
You know,
Pocket
I'm not
knife?
proud.
Well, I guess you wouldn't want
What?
the knife to get rusted.
what's
A pocket knife?
you would have one in your boat.
Okay.
But what we do is we don't put them on us.
Uh-huh.
We have them tied to a string because I mean you might get stuck somewhere and you've got to, cut a rope or something like that. But we always have some kind of knife around. So
Interesting.
prepare for the unthinkable.
As you should, and she always does, and that's why she's successful. Bay Dog, the brand she recommends.
Yes.
Adoption Day, Demo Dog Day.
Oh my gosh, we are going to have so much fun. It's not this Saturday; it's next Saturday.
Gotcha Day.
Yeah, we're going to have a party. I mean, there's so many dogs out there, adopted dogs, rescue dogs, dogs, you just don't know when their birthdays are. And we've decided we're going to have a big old party and launch the spring summer on our new patio right out front of the store. The SPCA is going to be there with adoptable pets. I think they're going to be dogs of all ages, including some puppies. And we're going to have party decorations. We're going to make doggy ice cream and doggy cakes for all the canine crew that want to come by. And we're encouraging alumni from any rescue group locally to come by and join in the fun. This is a party for all rescue dogs or all dogs of unknown birth date. We're going to have some treats for the humans, like some, I don't know, there might be cookies and lemonades. We haven't worked all the human treats out, but we like to do this for several reasons. I mean, one is to help dogs get adopted. Number two, to honor the dogs that maybe we don't know their birthdays. But the third thing is to honor the rescue workers and the foster workers, the volunteers of the SPCA, because that is one reason why we make every adoption event a party. Yes, they could stand in front of a store and just hopefully somebody comes by and maybe they'll get to see a dog, but daggone it, these guys work hard. Let's give them some fun, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to do it. Every adoption event we have is going to have some sort of a theme and some sort of a party. I think the one for June is going to be a tiki party.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Nice.
that was one we did last year, and it was super popular. So we're going to do it again.
And enrollment numbers are up
They are.
at the SPCA with adoptable animals.
They are.
Because we saw ridiculous demand, as we all know, during the pandemic.
Right.
Now the numbers are back up.
They are. And it's puppy season. It's kitten season. The SPCA graciously invites dogs from other rescue groups that maybe have more than they can handle, bring them to Charlottesville and help them get homes. Gosh, they have a lot on their plates. So I hope everybody comes out on the 21st. The dogs are going to be at Animal Connection from 10 till 1:30 or 2, depending on how hot it is. It's usually 1:30, and then back in the caravan by 2 o'clock.
Animal Connection, X Park.
Yeah.
The integration of Judah, a dog dad himself,
Oh, yeah.
I thought was pretty darn good.
That's right. And it's okay to do presents for the rescue dogs. It's a birthday party. You can bring presents. If you want to get something from Animal Connection, great. We'll donate it to the SPCA. You can make a monetary donation while you're there. We're going to set up something that we haven't done before. We're going to put a table in front of the store with, kind of things that we've been wanting to put on deep discount, like 75%. Samples, trial sizes, this sort of things. And so we're going to put them out there for sale, and we're going to donate 100% of all those proceeds to the SPCA. We're going to do
You're
something.
amazing.
Well, we try. We're going to put together like all kinds of treats and samples, and you pay $5, you get a bag, you can help yourself down the sample bar.
She's
$5, all that money
Nice.
goes to the SPCA.
That's great.
That is
Isn't
great.
fun? It's a party. Let's party.
She works hard, she plays hard. Her name is Patty Z, Judah Wickhauer.
That's right.
The retailista extraordinaire, Bay
Oh, my
Dog.
goodness.
I hope Bay Dog sees this because you
Oh,
rep
yeah.
them well.
Barton's watching.
You rep them well.
We try.
You rep
Well,
them very
I
well.
like it. I'm not going to come up with any.
Well, you use
product
it.
just for
You
the heck of
use
it.
it yourself.
I do.
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And that's why she's successful, guys.
Yeah.
Patty Z, some closing words.
Well, if that's not enough, but it darn well ought to be.
Get out in the water, have fun
That's
safely.
right, exactly. Start teaching your dog. You can come if you need notes for this, or you want some guidance. Come by Animal Connection, and we'll give you the rundown and give you some resources on how you can teach your dog to be better in your boat. We can show you the flotation devices. If you're interested in Yacht Club, give me a holler at Animal Connection. It's a semi-secret group. We
Ooh, sounds exclusive.
the Ravenna River Paddlers Facebook group knows all about it, but the actual Yacht Club page we'll invite you in.
Love it.
I'm married to the captain of the Yacht Club. I mean, what can I tell you?
I
have clout.
You are the evangelist for the Yacht Club. Judah
It's
Wickhauer is our director and contributor. Patty Z is just an amazing human being. She and her business are located in X Park, Animal Connection. 21 years of proudly serving the community. Your name came up Monday
It
while I was
did.
at Three Notched.
Oh,
I heard 2 stools over someone talking about Animal Connection and the positive experience they had at your store
yay!
while their pooch was on the floor next to them.
Nice.
So
I appreciate that.
Get touched by Animal Connection even when she's not around. Speaks
We
volumes
try.
to what the brand is all about. Go
It's
support.
what people say when you're. It's more.
That's right.
But you're not when you're not around. That's really important.
That was the point. That was the
So,
point right there. Go support the
thank you so
businesses
much.
making the community better. Her business undoubtedly doing it. Animal Connection, X Park. Patty, you killed it today.
Thank you. Thank
For-
you.
for
Thanks a
Patty?
lot. My little friend.
For Judah, for our little friend over there, Jerry Miller.
He doesn't like
Can
that.
you do that again? That is
What?
hilarious.
No, dogs
What's
don't
his
like
name?
patted like that. What?
What's his name?
What? Well,
Bay Dog.
let's name him.
Bay
What
Dog.
do you think? Flipper.
I think we name him Bay Dog.
What? What should we name him, Judah?
Judah's a very methodical thinker. We're
I
going to get
see
the
we
answer in
name
about
him-
35 seconds here from Judah.
I say we name him Everything Bagel.
Everything Bay.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm going to go Bay Dog BD for sure.
Well, maybe I'll bring him with me next week and you can tell me for sure.
I love it. Next week's the SPCA.
I know. Angie G's going to be here.
Angie Gunner.
She is.
Woo!
I know.
That is a
Angie
what's...
and Emily.
Double dip.
Double dipping.
Very nice.
Nice.
Emily Swicker and Angie Gunner right there.
Yeah.
For Judah, for Patty, I'm Jerry, and it's What's Barking Local, presented by Animal Connection. Today's show is dynamic.
Thank you.
36 minutes in. I love it.
Woohoo.
Thank you kindly for joining us. We will see you in a week
Yay.
on What's Barking Local.
All right.
Take care. Patty, bravo.
Thank you.
Judah, excellent questions.
We did what the newscasters do. They always